Wait, hold up. All right, we're live. Sorry about that.
What's up?
What's up, guys? I guess I couldn't get to the intro button. Oh, who messed up the stuff? All right, we're live, guys. We're gonna debate about the 49ers and Vikings game, but ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Purple Pocket podcast. My boy AARP
That's
in the
what's up.
building.
Yes, sir. What's up with all this Eagle stuff, man? What's up
I
with all
don't
this
know what.
Eagle stuff in the background? Who did that? Is this a prank?
Nah, it's not a prank. I guess I accidentally pushed it, but let me man, the network is kind of mixing. But it's all right. It's the
That's all
BTN
right.
Sports.
Hey, we good. We good,
We
man.
good. We
Let's
good,
get it.
boss. Let's get it, man. Let's do the countdown. Let's go.
Yo. What's happening, man? What's happening? I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome AAP Purple Podcast Vikings content creator. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up with you, man? First of all, man, appreciate you having me on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna get into this game. It didn't go as I planned it to go, man. But you know what? It is what it is, man. Up
Yeah,
to the 49ers taking the dub.
it is what it is, bro. And man, it's the first time I got a Vikings content creator. Last year, it was so hard to find one, man. Like, I had a hard time. Even the one chick I tried to get on my show, she had too many Niners on the booking, so she couldn't even get me on the show. So I said, oh well. But hey, I'm definitely excited to have you on board, man. So
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, shout out to your community. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to BGN as well. Like I said, I've been on with already one of the members. So shout out to y'all, man, for sure, man. Second appearance, you know. But hey, it's about the purple with me. You already know that.
for sure. Hey, what's up, Raphael? What's up, man?
Raphael.
What's up, David? What's up, McNew? What's up, man?
What's up?
But hey, man, you know, speaking of being a Vikings fan, man, like it had to be. What made you exactly become a Vikings fan, man?
Yeah, man. So like really I was a Randy Moss fan. You know, he was like my favorite player when I was like 10 years old. Wound up getting in trouble, had to write a paper. So I had to like dig into him and learn more about him. You know, it forced me to like go learn his biography. And then after that, I was just like, you know what, man, I'm a Randy Moss fan. I would just be a whole Vikings fan. So then I just started running with the purple, man, since 1999 and been there ever since, you know? So yeah, it's weird. It was just random, really random, just Randy Moss being the reason, though. He's the sole reason why I became a Vikings fan, for sure. But, man, it has its ups and downs, man. You know, it has its ups and downs. Our time coming sooner than later, for sure.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie. You know that.
Yeah, but you know, when I look at the Vikings, man, I got to give a shout out to my boy Eric Kendricks, man, the heart and soul of your guys' defense, man. Like, that dude's a beast. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure, man. We touched on him backstage. Yeah, man. Eric Kendricks, you know, underappreciated, man, underrated. I mean, people just don't really give him his flowers, but I do. You know, I do. I watch every play of the Vikings. I watch every game. I watch every play, and that guy is an impact player, man. You know, he deserves his flowers, rightfully so, man. You know, Pro Bowler. And you said you went to high school, you played him against high schools. So, hey, you know what's up with him, man. He been doing the thing out there for sure.
Yeah, he's a baller, man. Like I played against him when he was a sophomore.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like I was a big fan of him when he was coming out of UCLA. And you guys took him one spot before we even got him. So that was a good pick. As far as like looking at the matchup, man,
yeah,
like when you saw the joint practice, what was your thoughts of this joint practice, man?
I thought it was good. You know what I mean? I was glad that y'all came in town, only because you guys are a physical football team. And I feel like we needed that practice stopping the run. I think that's one thing that we needed to practice. Um, and I know Debo and everybody was there for the joint practice. Obviously, they didn't play in the preseason game, but our coach Kevin O'Connell pretty much said like we got our live game reps with our ones during practice. Like it was intense. Everybody was balling out there. And it was good. I was glad that y'all, because you guys are a challenge. I mean, up and down the depth chart, you guys have some really good football players, you know what I mean? And I knew it would benefit us rather than like doing a joint practice with like the damn Texans or something. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we got some benefit. And not to disrespect the Texans, but they are who they are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad we got a good team to do a joint practice with. I felt like it was good, man. A lot of good videos came out. Justin Jefferson doing y'all dirty. Y'all had some wide receivers, that gray dude, I think his name is, burning a couple of our cornerbacks. So it was going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Just good vibes out there, man.
It sure is, dude. Like the way we practice against the Vikings, I feel like your guys' defense is no slouch. So you guys give us
Yeah.
some good looks. Your offense is pretty good. I
Yeah.
mean, you got just Jefferson and Thielen. I mean, you got a solid tight end like Smith, and then you got a running back like Dalvin Cook and Madison. I mean, it's a good team right there. It's like we're not going against the slouches. We're going against an actual good team. Like,
Right.
you look at the Vikings; they're like maybe a sleeper team that could be in the wild card, even though people are still picking Green Bay. But I feel like maybe Minnesota has something to prove this year because they got a new head coach that knows offense and comes from the Sean McVay coaching tree.
Yeah, they always, obviously Green Bay is always going to be considered the division winners at the beginning of the season, and rightfully so. I mean, look what they've been doing the past couple of years. But the tables definitely are going to turn this year. And I know this is a crazy take, but I think Kirk Cousins is going to keep up with Aaron Rodgers this year only because of our personnel. And just and another thing, like you said, for the coaching purposes, he's going to have a lot more opportunities. It's just going to be a good year for us, man. It's going to be a good offensive year. Mike Zimmer, for the ones who don't know, Mike Zimmer is defense only. He does not care who the quarterback is of the team. He don't care who the wide receivers are. He cares strictly about his cornerbacks and linebackers. Okay, that's who all he cares about. And now we got somebody who actually, cares what's going on the offensive side of the ball. So I think it's going to benefit Kirk Cousins and everybody else for sure.
Oh, so what was your reaction when they got rid of him?
When we got rid of Zimmer?
Yeah.
I was happy, like it was like I was happy when we got him. The first 2 years, I was happy because he did change the culture for us. You know what I mean? He brought us out of a dark place, got us some wins, got us in the conversation every year. Pretty much, if not making the playoffs, we were at least in the conversation. You know what I mean? One of those teams at the end. But the last 2.5 years, man, it's been going downhill. I don't know if he just lost love for doing it, or he just wasn't willing to innovate, and that's where his downfall was. I tell people that all the time. A lot of these younger coaches coming in, the game's changing, and he didn't want to change with it. He wanted to keep his same old school 1995 coaching style, and it caught up to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as Vikings fans, man, it was just frustrating watching that. Like, like we got to throw the ball, man. We got Justin Jefferson, and even before then, we had Stephon Diggs. I mean, it's like, we got to get the ball in the air. I mean, yeah, do the run game because we do got Dalvin Cook, but not every first down, not every second down, man. Switch it up a little bit, So hopefully we see some good things this year, man.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook, I felt like you guys used him a lot, and that's what led him to be injured during the season. Like there was times where you guys used him a lot, and I think he had some serious injuries. But if you guys were to limit those touches and throw the ball more, which I think maybe this is an intriguing hire because you guys want to be an explosive offense. You want to be a pass first team. You want to be able to use Dalvin Cook when it's necessary. Not trying to risk any further injuries, but that guy's been injured for quite some time, and it hurts your offense a little bit. But you got that one running back, Madison, which he's decent, but he's not Dalvin Cook level.
Right. Exactly. And we actually have some other running backs now that we've been seeing in the preseason, man, like Ty Chandler. Kene, I call him King Kene, man. Kene Nwangu. You know, our running back room is decent right now, and a lot of the fans are pushing towards, you know, Alex Madison kind of getting traded. And it's funny because he posted on Twitter the other day and was like, all right, Vikings fans, keep that same energy. Like he pretty much took a shot at the fans because he knows that the talks are, you know, we really can move off of him because he is more of a power back. He's the type of back, like if you're not a Vikings fan, you won't notice these things, but we notice these things. Okay. There'll be a hole wide open, but he rather run into the contact. He don't like hitting wide open holes, man. He likes contact. You know, he likes to rumble and bumble, and that's cool. But you know what I'm saying? With the 11 personnel offense, we're gonna be running as far as passing out the backfield and stuff, man. We need somebody who can make something happen in space, man. So he just don't fit the scheme no more, man. Y'all can get him.
Oh man, as much running backs as we need, man. We need to get them
deep.
healthy, bro.
I know that's right.
But we got that boy Ty Davis Price, which you guys checked out, man. Like,
yeah,
I was surprised by this draft pick. You know, I'll be honest, man. When the Niners picked Ty Davis Price, I had no idea this was going to happen. I said, why would we draft running back this high? We can wait later rounds. And then what's even crazier is we got this one kid undrafted named Jordan Mason, which that dude number 41 was killing it, man.
Yeah, who'd y'all get in this draft? Like, what pick was y'all?
Oh, we picked Drake Jackson from USC in the second round, which he had first round grade, and then Ty Davis Price was a third round pick from LSU, which I didn't hear much about.
Drake Jackson, wait, what position he play?
Defensive end. He's an edge rusher.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta go check him out, man. Yeah, because I know y'all kind of traded a lot of capital to get Trey, right?
Yep, we did that to make that move because we want to get to the next level. You know, you gotta take that risk.
So, I mean, how do you feel about Trey? I always ask 49ers fans, right? Like, this is my thing. I gotta ask you right now, right? So, I look at Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Every time you see his name, he's always in the playoffs, always getting, you know, a team almost to the Super Bowl. It just seems like he's always been almost there every single year for the past 3 years, from what I'm thinking. And it's just like, yo, why does most 49ers fans that I talk to, they don't like him, like they want to move on from him? Is it because it's injuries, I'm guessing? Is it just availability? Is that the issue? What makes 49ers fans, and I don't know if you're one of them or not, think that Trey Lance is going to be better than Jimmy Garoppolo?
Like for Jimmy Garoppolo, to make this a reason this is a good argument here is because the guy can never stay healthy. And when you look at the way he plays, you have to have a good running game. If the running game doesn't work, he's going to be carrying the team, which that's not Jimmy Garoppolo's forte.
Right.
But we're taking this whole entire gamble to at least try to get a quarterback who can elevate this team. Like, we're trying to hope that this kid could be a Josh Allen or Mahomes, you know, because he's got that arm raising talent. You know, he can run off the pocket here and there. We're trying to take that upside over a safe bet, you know, because Jimmy Garoppolo is your average quarterback, but he's definitely a proven winner when healthy.
Right.
But when you look at the difference, Jimmy Garoppolo is who he is, bro. Like, what would you rather get? A Ferrari that works well and goes on the higher distance, or would you rather go with an average car that just doesn't take you anywhere after that?
That's true. But I always ask this question though: how do y'all know Trey Lance is a Ferrari though? Like, because you know, you got to remember he played at a very small school, Summit League. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, as a Vikings fan, I wanted him, and I thought that there was a connection, being that he went to high school in Minnesota. The ties were there, so I was like, damn, you know what? Man, we're gonna move up. We're gonna get our boy. You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, he was my number one pick in that draft. Like, I wanted him. So I don't blame y'all for going after him, because I seen it too. I just asked 49ers fan though. It's like, just, you know, like, hey man, we don't know yet though. The jury's still out on him, right? Because he's only played a little bit of football so far.
Yeah, he's only played 2.5 games last year. So this is what Pale says best, even as a division rivalry fan. He says that Trey's the greatest mystery because we don't know. Yeah. And what I like about Trey Lance is his skill set. Like, it does translate into Shanahan's offense. Shanahan wants that kind of guy that would just move out of the pocket, extend plays, and then he's going to add more into the playbook. Because when you look at Jimmy Garoppolo, we had to limit some of that part of the offense. We took away a lot of the deep shots because he's not a deep passer. But when you look at Trey Lance, he throws in those deep passes. He can move outside the pocket and make something makes nothing out of something.
Yeah.
And I think that's what brings this Niners offense differently. We're gonna make opposing defense respect the run more, and we're gonna be able to like extend the plays and then make it to where they had to try to cover the receivers. And we got some weapons. So when you
Right.
look at the weapons, Trey Lance has everything around him to succeed. I mean, he's in a better situation. Most of
Yeah.
these rookie quarterbacks, they played through terrible teams. Like you look at Trevor
True.
Lawrence, he plays with the Jaguars. I mean,
Yeah.
Davis
You're right.
Mills plays for Houston. I mean, I can go on with the situations, but Trey didn't get rushed to play. He actually benefited learning behind Jimmy Garoppolo, even though Jimmy Garoppolo is who he is, but at least he benefited.
I see. We'll get off of him, man. I see all the 49ers fans like, man, we got to talk about him again. Hey, I feel, because it's like that in the Vikings nation. It's like that in Vikings nation, man, talking about Kirk Cousins. You know what I mean? A lot of people
like
man,
that.
why do we got to talk about Kirk Cousins again? Like, but I mean, obviously, I think Kirk is definitely better than Garoppolo. Like, I know we had that debate before as Vikings fans, man. They were like, should we bring Jimmy in? And I'm like, nah. Like, I'd rather keep Kurt, but I do want a type of quarterback like Trey in the future. I do want a quarterback that can be mobile and improvise. That's what it's about. That's what the league's turning into. And, you guys are smart for making that move, man. Shout out to the 49ers Nation for that. I think he's going to pay off for y'all, for sure.
I think as far as him is, he didn't have to get thrown in the fire. Like,
yeah.
He's learning the playbook. He's a quick learner, and he any little mistakes, he'll fix it. So
he got an arm on him, boy. He can throw that ball far than a mug, boy.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it is like the more you start to watch Trey play, the more he tries to figure out ways to adapt. So it's like, even though the competition is what it is, I mean, look at Josh Allen. He played at Wyoming. Carson Wentz played at North Dakota State, same college as Trey Lance. So
exactly.
I think as far as competition, it doesn't matter as long as you can translate to the next level. And opposing defense,
you're gonna do it.
And what makes Trey more better than Jimmy is the fact he can move with his legs a lot quicker, and he can extend the plays and take his time to look for the open receiver. And Jimmy, it takes him maybe a few times to check, but then he would like if Trey has a little extra time to move away, you see him just find an open receiver eventually. Jimmy Garoppolo, if you give him that type of time, he's probably not going to even put the effort in, and he's probably just going to either dump it to Kyle Juszczyk or just throw it away or just take the sack.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. Yeah, I'm with you though, man. I'm with you. But man, let's get into the game then, man. Let's get into this game. Let's see, man. How'd you feel about last night though, bro? Like, I mean, were y'all even happy? Because I feel like the whole game was a bunch of garbage. You know what I mean? Even though y'all,
it was trash in the beginning, but it kind of just seemed weird. Like no scoring in the first couple of quarters.
Yeah, man. So I'll start it like this, right? So one thing we found out as Vikings fans last night is we don't have a backup quarterback. All right, we have one of the worst backup quarterbacks in the National Football League, hands down, between Kellen Mond and Sean Mannion, which us as Vikings fans are still trying to figure out how Sean Mannion continues to get a job in the NFL. I mean, how many years does this guy need to prove himself, to prove to coaches that he just cannot play the game of football? Like, he needs to be a coach or something. If you want to be a coach, man. It's time to hang your jersey up. But Kellen Mond is heartbreaking because, we drafted him. We felt like he didn't get a fair shot with Mike Zimmer because, like I was saying before at the beginning of the show, Mike Zimmer just gives no F about quarterbacks and stuff like that. So he didn't have a fair chance. So the fans were like, you know what? Now that we got a coach that actually cares, maybe, this year we'll see Kellen Mond, see what he can do. And I mean, last night was another example of it's just not it. You know what I mean? It's not it. It's not a Trey Lance or nothing like that. We need to find us a backup, like ASAP. So that's what we learned last night as Vikings fans. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like,
yeah, I mean, Kellen Mond, I just never understood why the guy wasn't able to excel with this offense. Like he was looking good during the draft as a sleeper and moving up the draft boards. And I'm like, okay, I think Vikings got something there. But then when I saw that game, man, he didn't look that great. Like, I'm like, But here's the only reason why Sean Mannion still has a job, because your head coach worked with him in the past, and of
Yeah.
course, when you have loyalty with players, they're gonna find a way to keep get them on board or something. So I'm
Yeah.
like you on that situation. I hate it when they brought Tom Compton back, which was pointless. Just because you played under Shanahan doesn't mean you should come back. Come on.
Right. Yeah, man. I'm on the tip, like, man, right. The goal is to win football games, okay? And if Kirk Cousins, God forbid, now one thing I gotta say about Kirk Cousins is we have one of the most durable quarterbacks in the NFL. I do give him that because Kirk Cousins does not get injured. You know what I mean? Like, this man plays. If there's a game on Sunday, he's there. You know what I'm saying? He's suiting up and going out there. So we do have that blessing, but you can't go into a season just thinking that's what's gonna happen this year, though. You know, because if he does drop back and twist an ankle or something, and he has to be out 2 weeks, if we roll out Kellen Mond or Sean Mannion, we're losing the football game regardless. There's no way, and you know that would just be the Vikings thing to do. You know, we'd be playoffs. You got to win or go to the playoffs. If you win, you go to the playoffs. Lose, go home. And we don't make the playoffs, and our luck would be we would have to roll out Sean Mannion in a game like that. You know, so we need a backup, man. We definitely need a backup as Vikings for sure. Like, what did y'all see last night, dude? I mean, is there any position on the 49ers that you feel like y'all definitely have to fix before week 1?
As far as like looking at the backups, like I like what I've seen out of the overall talent. It's just the center position is what frustrates me a little bit.
Okay.
Like like if you've noticed how they had some botch snaps and the
Yeah.
assignments were terrible. Number 66 had no business being on the football field.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot of areas that we need to work on. And Trey Sermon, come on, dude, run the ball. I mean, I'm an Oklahoma fan, but come on, dude,
Yeah. Yeah, man.
you're
Hey,
dancing.
that's another thing too. We got that same problem with center though, man, with Garrett Bradbury. You know, he was first round draft pick, this, that, and the third. But it's like, yo, we're not looking forward to him rolling out there this season, man. He just has showed that he's a first round bust, man. This is what it is. You know what I mean? I know we're trying to hold on to hope, but I mean, this is 4th season. It is what it is, man. He's proven that he cannot play the center. He's too small. He's just too small. Don't have enough power. And hopefully, man, we're not looking forward to week 2 going against Jordan Davis, man. That dude is a monster, bro. Like, for the Eagles. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he don't be putting Garrett Bradbury and Kirk Cousins' lap all night, man, because that's gonna be frustrating for sure.
That would be ugly, man. But how'd you feel about Javon Kinlaw, man? That dude looks different.
Yeah. So Kinlaw, man. Hey, look. So I know y'all have been waiting for a while, right, for him to kind of break out, because I know he's kind of it was injuries, right? He's been
Yeah,
injured.
his knee.
Yeah. So I know he's been injured a lot, and he's finally maybe this is his year. You know, I know that makes y'all excited to see him. He had a good game. Kind of like how we had a guy, T.Y. McGill, you know, that was just dominating y'all last night. At least that was one of our, you know, few bright spots that we had last night as Vikings fans, was T.Y. McGill, learning that guy. And he's been in the league a while, kind of like a journeyman. But I mean, maybe he's reached his prime year where he can hit lightning in a bottle this year and just break the sack record or something, man. Wouldn't that be nice as a Vikings fan? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Kinlaw, though, shout out to him for sure. I see him doing his thing.
Yeah, the T.Y. McGill, the one you guys had, that dude was dominating our interior line, dude. And that
Yeah.
was the one that concerned me the most. Like,
Yeah.
especially the center position. You seen how that guy just got through that center, right? So that's
Yeah,
how you
man.
knew that was a problem, and that pisses me off that we can't even get a damn center.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
what's
He was definitely balling on y'all last night for sure.
Yeah, he was. So when you look at the Vikings, yeah, they're a well coached defense, even though it's a different change of direction because you guys got an offensive coach, and
Right.
it's gonna make it more exciting for Viking fans. Like, maybe there's hope that you'll feed the ball with Jefferson and those other receivers. But how do you feel about your overall receiving core besides Jefferson?
I think we're good, man. Honestly, like that's one of my least of my worries going into the season, because for one, KJ Osborne, for the ones who don't know, you know, we drafted him, and his rookie year, a lot of people were like, yo, this guy's trash coming out of Miami. He's supposed to be a punt returner. Just didn't do good. And then last year, he kind of, stepped up his sophomore year, 700 plus yards, 7 touchdowns. I mean, just showing that, he gotten better in the offseason. And then this year right here, training camp's been going on, and that's his name has just been ringing bells all training camp. KJ Osborne this, KJ Osborne that. So I think our third wide receiver spot is really thick now with him. And I honestly think that Adam Thielen might take a step back, not talent wise, but I just think, he might just take a step back and be the third wide receiver and let KJ get on that outside and just work his magic. And everybody knows Adam Thielen, man, is a solid wide receiver, bro. Red zone beast. Definitely sure hands, and that's my favorite. That's my favorite wide receiver on the team. I mean, Justin Jefferson's obviously better, but I'm a rep for Thielen until he retire. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give him that. But yeah, I think our wide receiver room is deep, man. We got a bunch of young players that are battling right now to get a spot, and they're all talented. It's crazy because the wide receiver game is crazy right now, all over the map in the NFL. These wide receivers are balling nowadays, so it's kind of a position where you can go out there and get a guy and he can turn into something out the blue.
Yeah, as long as you got the depth chart and all that stuff. But you said that other guy stood out. Like last year, I didn't hear much about him, but then he
Right.
started making some red zone plays and some clutch plays for y'all.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you look at the Minnesota Vikings, man, like it's just like you needed an offensive coach, and maybe your defense would have been okay. But I just think that people are wondering, can the Vikings make a leap this year? Because despite the Packers being in that conversation for the North because they got Rodgers, but is this a team that everybody should take serious? I mean, I think the last couple of years, to be realistic, I think they took a step down because of Zimmer lost touch of coaching, like the way you said it.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, but again, like last year too, though, was a weird year, man, for us. We lost 8 games that were one possession. I mean, within like 2 or 3 points and just crazy. I mean, last year was the weirdest year ever. All right. We easily could have been 12-5 last year. Easy. 15. We could have been damn near 15-2 if you think about it. Like we lost games that came right. So many games came right down to the wire. You know what I'm saying? And it was just one of those things where the ball didn't bounce our way because our defense, we are, 2-minute defense before end of half, end of the game. I mean, it was just horrible because Zimmer was playing prevent defense. He believes in prevent defense for some reason. That's how we lost to the Lions. I mean, shoot, we were right there to make the playoffs, but I was kind of happy we didn't make it because we weren't ready. We would have got knocked out right away from Tampa Bay. But still, yeah, man, last year was a weird year. I think this year those things have been corrected because Kwesi, which is our GM, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah that we signed this year as the GM, he actually attacked all the issues. What I like about him is I feel like when he became our GM, he looked at last year and figured out why we weren't 15-2 last year because of like what was happening. And you know what he did? He went and attacked it in the draft, attacked it in free agency. And, I think it's definitely going to be an issue for other teams this year, man. You got to think we got Danielle Hunter and Zadarius Smith. As long as those two guys can stay healthy, man, like our pass rush is going to be crazy. Like you can just imagine those two guys at 100% strength. It's gonna be crazy, man. I'm ready to see it happen, man. Hopefully they can stay healthy. That's gonna be the main thing this year, man. Health.
Yeah, it's intriguing how you guys pick up a guy with from the Packers. The only reason
Yeah,
why he got cut was the injury, but I think
right.
if he's physically clear, like the way you said it, like he could be a steal for the pickup for you guys.
I'm telling you, man. He was obviously our biggest move we made this offseason. Him and Shannon Sullivan, man. A lot of the Vikings fans weren't really big on Shannon Sullivan that we got from the Packers, but I like him as a slot cornerback, man. I think he's a dog, undrafted free agent, man. He's a dog, and he's gonna make some noise this year too. People are sleeping. I can't wait to do videos on him as the season rolls on. I'm gonna see, like I told y'all for sure.
so, which player that stands out to you during this Vikings offseason that most other opposing fans should be watching out when we play the Vikings?
Like, I mean, this off season, I'm gonna say so. There's really, I'll do one on the defense, one on the offense. So the one on the defense that you probably want to watch for is gonna be Cameron Dantzler. I think Cameron Dantzler is gonna officially be our cornerback one this year. You know what I mean? He's one of my favorite Vikings. I just think he's better than a lot of people believe he is. And when you look at his numbers, he's ranked at the top. He's ranked with the Jalen Ramseys. Whenever they do all that football-y stats, he's in there. All right. So I know people do the eye test and they're like, oh, he got beat on this one play and stuff. But listen, when you look at the football-y stat, he's top 5. Okay. So I tell people all the time, do not sleep on Cameron Dantzler. He is a good cornerback and he's going to prove himself this year. Because again, Mike Zimmer threw him in the doghouse last year for whatever reason, and we rolled out Bashaud Breeland. And for some reason, Bashaud Breeland would get burnt over and over again, but yet because Zimmer felt some type of way about Dantzler, he wouldn't put him in. You know, it was more important for Zimmer to show a younger guy that you're not ready to play yet rather than win the football game. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, he's going to be a savage this year. So that's my defensive player to watch out for. And then my offensive player, besides Justin Jefferson, because everybody knows Justin Jefferson is going to be a beast, but I'm going with Kirk Cousins, man. Like, listen, the jury is like this on Kirk Cousins. Half of the people think he's good, half of the people think he sucks. I'm on the side this year where he's going to be top 10. All right, as the season goes, he will be considered a top 10 quarterback by week 8. His numbers will show that. You know what I mean? Now, all around, people aren't going to rank him top 10 just because he's been in the league X amount of years and people already think he is who he is. But this year alone, he's going to take a step forward. He's going to play crazy. It's going to be, I mean, listen, people are going to be like, damn, what happened to Kirk Cousins? Like, he doing his thing, you know? So those are my 2 players that y'all better watch out for when you play us.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Cameron Dantzler, I heard last year he wanted to get traded. And
yeah, because y'all were in the conversation.
Yeah, we were. But what was the offer? Were the Vikings willing to go that direction at that point or no?
I don't think so, man. Like I said, I think it was something happened where he caught a little attitude, ran to Twitter because he wasn't getting played because he knew he was the better cornerback between him and Breeland. But yet, like I said, egos getting in the way. Mike Zimmer just, you know, throwing him in the doghouse for no apparent reason. Well, whatever the reason was, I guess there was a reason considered, according to Mike Zimmer. But, you know, it was just, he was probably just frustrated, him still being young. So a little trade rumors came about and all that good stuff. But, man, I'm glad we didn't, though, man. I'm glad we kept him because, like I said, he's a cornerback 1, man. CB1 this year for sure.
I mean, he was an intriguing pick from the previous year. I've heard a lot of buzz about him. And, yeah as long as you keep your best corner, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And as far as the players that you might want to look into, man, so if I had to go through offense, I guess the mystery is Trey Lance. So I got to go with Trey Lance number 1. I mean, just offensively because he's a mystery. Everybody's talking good and bad about him, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be surprised about this kid. Like, he's got the weapons. He's got everybody to succeed around him. But then you got Brandon Ayuk also, but I'm probably going to lean towards more on Trey Lance on offense because it's an amazing upside that you might be surprised for this year because opposing defense, there's not much film, and it's the best feeling in the world how they're going to prepare against this kid.
Yeah, I love Ayuk too, man. Ayuk, hey, that dude is a savage, bro. Yeah, he's a savage for real. I rock with him. And man, look, I'm just as excited as y'all are as 49ers fans to see Trey Lance, man. I'm definitely gonna follow his career very close. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see him do good. Except for when y'all play us, obviously, I want to see him do bad. But other than that, I want to see him do good, man. And I think he will, man. You know, like there's a feeling that I think he will. I'm kind of like 70-30 though. 30% of me says that it might turn into a disaster. Just because, you know, you just always got to have that in the back of your mind, you know, because you got to look at people like Justin Fields and stuff. But y'all's situation is a lot better than Justin Fields' situation. Like Justin Fields is going to struggle this year, man. I feel bad for that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's playing for the Bears, bro. Like the way Ryan Poles is burning that place down right now, I feel bad for Justin Fields, man. It's going to be a tough season for him, you know?
Yeah, and then on defense, man, As far as like a guy that everybody's wants to like see coming up this season, I got a feeling Javon Kinlaw is going to break out this year
There you go.
because I mean, he says he's felt better than ever. He feels like he can play exactly with no pain.
There you go. Hey, that'd be good though, because I know deep inside Kinlaw wants to prove everybody wrong. Who's that guy that he got in an argument with? That's like a podcaster for y'all. That
Oh,
was
Grant Cole.
yeah, Grant. Hey, yo, I seen that video. I was like, yo, Kinlaw tired of you playing with him now. For real. You better stop talking about his injury. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably is frustrating for Kinlaw. He wants to. I'm sure he has a chip on his shoulder, man. He's a dog for real. He was a dog in college. So I think as long as he can stay healthy, man, he's gonna surprise y'all fans too. Like he's gonna surprise the NFL. I think he could be a real savage out there, man.
Yeah, I wasn't really high on him to begin with. I mean, I was more upset about when we traded Buckner because I thought Buckner was a
Oh
big
yeah.
loss.
Oh
But
yeah, that was a big loss, actually. That was a bit not looking at it now. That was a big loss, honestly.
Kinlaw was more of a run stopper. But now that if he can improve his skill set as a pass rusher, then maybe we'll be okay. But it's
You're talking
like,
about Buckner that plays for the Colts, right?
yeah,
Yeah, DeForest.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
he was
Shit,
a
that
beast.
that he still is a beast. You know what
He's
I
a
mean?
beast.
Like
He's still a beast.
he's still a beast. Like, yeah, that was a bad. Y'all would have had to pay that man his money, like for real.
But,
Yeah, that kind of was that. When you look at it now, it's like, damn, we got rid of him. Like, sheesh. But hey, Kinlaw, let's step up though, man. Breakout season, man. Repping Bay Empire podcast. Hey, appreciate you. I'm gonna tap in with you. I'm gonna
oh yeah,
tap in.
he's a good guy. Speaking of this guy, as far as our spotlight on the offensive line, even though
Yeah.
I said the center's like the biggest issue, I felt like we found a guy in the fourth round, and I happened to interview this kid like a month before the draft.
Oh, for
So
real?
yeah, I had some people even gave me a little bit of credit for it because I actually kind of had an understanding of who the Niners were going to get, and he's exactly what I said. Don't be surprised if he starts at guard, and this was like during the draft when we drafted him. I even put it in a stream like maybe a day after the draft or something like that, and I gave the faithful like a expectation that hey, don't be surprised if Burford becomes our starter at right guard. And people thought, nah, Shanahan wouldn't do that. And I
Yeah.
say he can make an exception.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's good. That's good, man. You freaking got an interview on it. What'd you do? Just reach out to him on Twitter?
Yep. And it took him like an hour or two to get back to me. And then a few days later, we did a show. But I'll definitely show you the link of the interview.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. Yeah, definitely. Send me it on Twitter after the show, man. I'll go
Oh
check it out
yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah, send
sure.
it to
But
me,
but
man.
man, what gave you the name Purple Pocket, man? I'm wondering, man. Is it because
Yeah.
of Randy Moss's straight cash?
Yeah, straight cash, homie. Hey, no, but that makes sense though, honestly. But nah, like honestly, man, I was just chilling one night and I was like, man, I want to do a YouTube podcast. I'm like, man, I need to do a podcast. And I'm looking up name. I'm just trying to figure out a name. And like all the names are pretty much taken in the Vikings one. And there's not much could do. I was just gonna use my name, but I was like, you know what? The word purple, obviously, because a lot of Vikings podcasts use purple. And then I was just like, a pocket is like, the quarterback pocket or just being in a space, you know what I mean? Being in a space. So I just said purple pocket, man. It's still a football term. I was just like, it is what it is, man. But now that you said that though, yeah, man. Randy Moss, straight cash, homie. That. I'm gonna start telling people that. What made you think purple pocket, man? Purple pocket for straight cash, homie, man. Randy Moss. Full
Yeah.
pockets full, baby.
No, but when I think of the name, I'm like, it's pretty catchy a little bit for me,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's
But
a tongue twister. It's a tongue purple pocket podcast. People will be like, man, that shit hard to say.
but
For sure.
especially the way you say your name, it's spelled with rap short
Yeah.
RAP, man. That's dope, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate it. Shit, yeah.
Yeah. So for anybody else, man, like who do the Vikings get coming up? I mean, which should be intriguing. I mean, you got one more preseason game, so what are you looking forward to one of the players that has a step up for this week?
Yeah, we got Denver coming up. Which will be good. I mean, honestly, a player that's gonna have to step up is gonna have to be somebody on that offensive line. Now like I said, we got a guy named Ed Ingram that we drafted in the 4th round from LSU, and he's a beast. You know what I mean? I think he locked down the right guard spot after last night's game. Just because the Vegas game he did so good too. He was the highest graded guard. Um, and I think he's gonna lock his spot for sure this week when we play Denver. But Ty Chandler, you know what I mean, running back from North Carolina. I want to see him do one more time because he had 2 good games. Like last night's game wasn't amazing, but he scored a touchdown. You know, what I mean, he was the only one to put up a touchdown. And then I'm looking forward to seeing really our cornerbacks though, man. We need to get our defensive backs need to get in the rhythm. Our young cornerbacks. Now, last night, Caleb Evans played a decent game. You know what I mean? He had some good tackles and stuff like that. But I'm really focused on the cornerbacks, man. We definitely need to make sure our DBs are in tune before the season starts, man. Especially going against Aaron Rodgers week 1. They coming into US Bank Stadium, man. We gotta make sure we on point, and we're rolling out young guys because that's all we really have as cornerbacks on our team, other than Peterson and Dantzler, which Dantzler's, I mean, this is 3rd year, so it ain't like he's a veteran or nothing. So you know what I mean? So yeah, man, defensive backs gotta get it rolling, on Sunday. I think we play Sunday.
Yeah, you played Denver, huh? So that's going to be interesting. So looking
Yeah.
at the Niners next game, we got the Houston Texans coming up. So
Oh, okay.
I'm expecting a little bit better from Sermon, man. We're pretty high on this kid. He's got to step up, man, because all
Yeah.
those other running backs we got, they're actually running the ball effectively. Like the kid from LSU, the one I wasn't a big fan of the draft pick, he's kind of shutting me up. Like,
Yeah.
and then you got this kid that's undrafted, Jordan Mason. He's actually outperforming pretty much all the running backs. I mean,
Yeah, why'd y'all get rid of Mostert? It was a Mostert to the Dolphins. Like, what was the reason? Was it money?
um, it had to do with the fact that his contract was coming up, and we were trying to figure out some way to work a reasonable contract with him. But I
I
think he
got you.
wanted a little bit more, and he decided to go to Miami.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah, because I thought he was pretty decent. I was like, yo, like I thought y'all would have tried to keep him as a RB1. But I mean, I don't really know y'all's running back situation either, so I don't know it too deep. I just know y'all damn running backs killed us when we played y'all in the dang NFC. Was that the NFC champ? No, that wasn't the NFC championship game, divisional round. Y'all
Yeah,
dragged the
divisional
shit
round,
out of us. Y'all ran all over us, boy. We couldn't stop a damn thing. That Coleman and Mostert or whatever the hell, man. That
and
shit
yeah,
was sad, bro.
the
Y'all don't so
crazy.
y'all don't have Coleman either. So I mean, what are y'all so y'all are rolling out a bunch of rookie, like that's your running back situation right now, a bunch of young guys?
We got some younger guys like Elijah Mitchell, who was drafted in the 6th round. He kind of performed the expectation and led the team in rushing yards. And
Okay.
he's a fast, physical running back. You'll number 25 is going to be a guy you're going to hear about. And then Jeff Wilson, I don't know. It depends on what happens, but he's a physical back, but he hasn't been healthy. Then you got Trey Sermon, who we drafted pretty highly on, but he's kind of like been a disappointment. And then we drafted this kid. We drafted Ty Davis Price from LSU, which he's really a physical back. I mean, if you saw that game, how number 32 ran y'all defense over,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
he was like a different animal out there. And then number 41, Jordan Mason, we got this kid undrafted. And sometimes we find these players late rounds. I never understand why you draft these running backs in the 3rd round if you can just get one better later round. And
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
can, man. Running backs they're coming like a dime a dozen now, you know. It's like you can't, it's no need, just like us with Ty Chandler. You know what I mean? Like Ty
oh yeah, Ty
Chandler.
Chandler was somebody I wanted before,
He,
but
he's a
man,
beast, bro. I'm glad he's on our team. Like I ain't gonna lie. He
good
almost
receiving back too.
Yeah, he almost can be like RB1 like right now. Like if we didn't have Dalvin Cook, like he seriously can beat out Madison with no issues. Like that's how good he's been playing. His vision is crazy, and he can catch, like you said, good receiving. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping I know he's making the team for sure. He's making the 53 on our side.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a fact.
Ty Chandler. When I looked at him coming into the draft, I saw the skill sets was like something like Shanahan likes about a running back. But when
Yeah.
you guys took him, I was like, because we picked Ty Davis Price before you guys even got Ty Chandler, and I was surprised he slid a little further. I thought he would have
Yeah.
been drafted a little earlier.
How do you feel, man? I gotta ask you this, man, as a 49ers fan, right? Because you know there's always that talk of Shanahan loves Kirk Cousins, right? How would you feel if y'all got Kirk Cousins if that was last year when the steam was rolling and stuff, or even this offseason they were kind of it picked up a little steam. I think people just make it up just to have something to talk about. But like, would you be okay with having Kirk Cousins as y'all's quarterback?
The problem with Kirk Cousins is it's like he's a much better version of Jimmy, and he has the better ceiling than Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
But the only problem with that is as soon as you take away that running game,
yeah,
he doesn't like you can take away like you gotta take away his passing game a little bit, like take away the best receiver he throws the ball to. And if you limit the running game, he barely does anything, but he does throw the ball more down the field. But I
yeah,
don't know. I'd rather go with a guy that can actually do everything at once. I mean, Trey Lance can move. I mean, if I had to go between a franchise quarterback, of course Kirk Cousins could be your quarterback, but if a
oh,
defense takes away everything that's on Kirk Cousins' strength, man, I'm wondering how Kirk will develop. I mean, he's kind of proven from time before that he can't adapt when everything's taken away from him. You know, it's
yeah.
like,
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. And that's how I feel about Kirk. Like, I'm definitely not a Kirk stan by far. You know what I mean? I lean more towards I don't like him than I do than leaning more towards I do like him. I'm ready to move on, but this year alone, though, like I said at the beginning of the show, this year alone, I think big things have happened. Only because I think the schedule, like I said, I think the schedule, the personnel, everything's gonna play in his favor. And I'm a firm believer in, if the system is right, the vibes are right, everything around you is right, man, you will succeed. I mean, look what we did with Case Keenum in 2017. I mean, Case Keenum is a backup quarterback, but he took us to the NFC Championship game. You know what I'm saying? So as long as things are right around you, man, you can turn up. Just like y'all situation with Jimmy, like you said. So
yeah, Jimmy, for whatever reason, Jimmy didn't even have to like throw the ball in the playoffs. Like he has the
yeah,
least amount of pass yards in the playoffs history, and everybody talks about, well, Jimmy hasn't thrown the ball more than 20 passes in the playoffs, and he has a running game. Of course, you're gonna win games if you have a good running game.
yeah, for sure. So pretty much what it was y'all defense and running game keeps dragging Jimmy almost to the
They
Super
picked him
Bowl
up,
and
yep.
dragged him to the Super Bowl.
And then
That's
Debo
it.
did too.
Yeah, Debo's a savage, man. I asked the last guy that I was doing the show with, John Jay, that I think you tapped into for a little while. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a good dude.
yeah. I asked him how you feel about Debo. Like, did Debo really not want to be a wide receiver? I mean, not a running back. Like, was he not liking being used like that? He'd rather be a true wide receiver. Like, I think he's a savage the way he's being used. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you look at the way how Debo was, I think he just cared about his guarantee money. Like, I think he was okay with the role because if you look at Debo's new contract, it does include incentive contract performance if he gets the ball, like runs the ball. Like if he gets 3 touchdowns, he'll get bonus pay.
Oh, I
So
got you.
I think money talks, BS walks, man. Come on,
Right. Yeah, for
it's
sure.
leverage talk. It's called leverage, man.
I
Debo
know
just
that's
wants his
right.
money.
I know that's right, man. I know that's
He's the
right.
wide back. He's still the wide back.
Yeah, man. Shit. Hey, he's a beast, man. I like him. I like how Shanahan uses him. He's single handedly won y'all a couple games that I've watched for sure. It's like third down. It's like, damn, they got to get it to Debo, man. Debo gonna bail him out, and he sure do. He sure do, boy.
Shanahan just he figure out ways to use his best players, and it's crazy. And when you look at the position, like Cordero Patterson was like originally the position before. They just like
Yeah.
I was surprised the Vikings didn't use him that way.
Yeah, we didn't use him right, man. Atlanta showed you how to use Cordero Patterson. Atlanta showed every other team how this guy should have been getting used. And if we would have did that in his prime, man, it would have been scary. But
It would have been a lot more effective. I mean, even at his age, he was still a little effective. But then you
yeah,
look at then you had a Percy Harvin where he actually did everything for y'all.
yeah, man. We've had some guys, man. Just just haven't had that innovative coach that sits back and looks at, let me isolate this guy. I see what he can do. Let me isolate him and put him to work, kind of like what Shanahan does with Debo. That's the difference. You got to have a coach that's willing to recognize that and take a step forward. And maybe, hopefully we have that now. Hopefully we have that now. Mike Zimmer was not that, and he was never going to try to even be that. Like, he was who he was. He wasn't going to change. He was like, I am who I am. I coach how I coach, like it or leave it. And of course, we left it. Good thing.
We left it for so long.
For real, man.
So when you look at the schedule, like the Vikings, you think it's very favorable, or you think it's going to be a tough challenge?
I think it's a lot easier than what we had last year. I think it plays in our favor this year. We play the NFC East and we play the AFC East. All right. So the AFC East, I mean, the Bills, yeah, we got to worry about them. NFC East, I mean, I look at it like the Cowboys, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, we got a couple of games like we play the Saints in London. So we have 9 home games or 9 home games with a neutral game, a neutral ground game, the London game. So the schedule plays in our favor, man. I think they're spread out good enough too. Like the tough games that we are gonna run into, which are gonna be Green Bay, and playing them twice, which is gonna be Buffalo. Other than that, man, people are saying the Eagles game is gonna be tough, but as long as we can block Jordan Davis and their defensive line, man, I think the Eagles are definitely beatable, bro. I am not scared of the Eagles. I don't understand why people making it seem like they're just like Super Bowl team this year all of a sudden, but I'm not scared of their quarterback. I'm not scared of none of that. So I think it's favorable, man. I had us going 11-6. First I had us 10-7, but then I switched the Eagles game, man, 11-6.
Oh, okay. 11-6 makes you guys at least a legitimate wild card.
Yeah.
Maybe division winners if Green Bay takes a step back. But
yeah.
I feel like when you look at sleeper teams, Vikings, they had 2 straight losing seasons and nobody's talking about them. So maybe that's a team that you got to watch out for. But looking at the 49ers schedule, I feel like it's going to get tougher, but I feel like we're up for that challenge. Like, I feel like this may sound crazy, but I have us winning 12 games and potentially winning the division. Last year, I wasn't very high on our team because I wasn't sure. Like, I was like thinking, can Garoppolo stay healthy or season's over? Pretty much. And I kept it real, and some of the Niner fan base just didn't like my take about it when I said we'll finish 3rd place. And I was correct about that part. But I was just playing it safe because, we can't stay healthy. But now that I see the talent and what it has, I think it has the ceiling to win the division this year because we give the Rams a lot of problems. Even though they beat us when it matters, regular season or not, the Rams cannot get through us.
So I know. It's crazy. I'll always beat the Rams.
It don't matter if we're at our worst. The Rams just doesn't. They don't got nothing to figure out. But then again, they're the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
And Seattle's not at their best, but they do have our number at times. And the Cardinals, it's been a struggle. But I do expect it to be a really tough schedule because you look at the NFC West, it's one of the toughest divisions in football. You're going to have to earn it. It's a smash mouth type team. It's just, we're just going to hit you in the mouth.
Yeah, man. I'm worried about that AFC West, man. That junk looking crazy over there, boy. I would not want to be a fan of another team over there because that's going to be the toughest division in my opinion.
They're loaded, dude.
They're loaded, bro.
Yeah, like what makes this schedule interesting about the AFC West is people are still sleeping on the Chiefs.
Are y'all playing AFC West this year? Is that
we are.
Yeah. Wow.
And we got the Dolphins on the schedule also. So
yeah, we got the Dolphins too. I'm actually going to that game. Yeah, I'm going to that game in Miami.
Nice, man. But so you look at the AFC West, man. I feel like it's fully loaded. People are underestimating the Chiefs. I still think the Chiefs are going to still be the team to beat in that division.
Yeah, me too.
Denver, for quite some time, it's always been they needed a quarterback to be competitive. Yeah. They got a great defense. Their receiving core is good, but they can't stay healthy. It's like they got the talent, but they just always needed a quarterback.
Yeah.
Then you look at a team like the Chargers. They're well built. They got the team, but the head coach sucks.
Yeah.
And then the Raiders, it's like the Raiders to me is like the team with, hey, they overcame adversity. They got a team, but can Derek Carr overcome can he get over the hump and win a playoff game? Until now, I'm just not convinced with the Raiders, but they do got a pretty loaded squad. But I'm just looking at like, hey, can they get over the hump? Can Josh McDaniel redeem himself for a chance? Because he had a terrible stint as a head coach, and he had some bad reputation for turning down head coaching jobs by even when he agreed to it. So that's my only question mark with that squad. But you could say, hey, they got Devontae Adams, they got Chandler Jones. You can say what they want, but it doesn't always translate on the football field. Look at the Cleveland Browns. They had all the talent in the world, and they didn't even win. They won less than, I think they won about 6 or 7 games, and that was with the talent they had. It was a terrible coach.
Right. Yeah, I agree, man. Like, I mean, shit, it's gonna, one thing's for sure though, like, this is gonna be a fun season to watch, man. Whether you're a 49ers fan or a Vikings fan, you know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna have some good times, and I'm sure we gonna have some bad times too, man. You know, it's part of, it's a nature of the beast, you know. We know we're gonna have some games where we're expected to win, and it's like, really, really, I'm sure I'm gonna see you on here raging at some point. You know, you're gonna see me on my channel raging. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But all in all, I think both of our teams can be successful this year, man. I mean, we definitely, both teams have the talent. And yeah, man, I think hopefully we meet in the playoffs. You know what I mean? I mean, you can run this thing back and do this thing again for sure.
Hey, actually, I wouldn't mind. Like,
That'd
play the
be a good
Minnesota.
show for me and you to have, man. Playoff preview. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We'll
great
get
playoff
into it.
pod week. Yeah, bro, that'd be epic, dude.
Yeah,
Especially this Vikings team, dude. I don't got nothing against Minnesota. I've
yeah,
always thought you guys are a pretty solid team. It's just you get a lot of I've seen around a lot of these Viking fans that I'm buddies with. They'll either trash my team consistently, and I'm like, dude, we're
yeah.
not even that close of a rivalry, but it is underrated. I'll say
Yeah,
that
yeah. Our team.
because we
One thing about being a Vikings fan is our winning percentage is really high. You know, but we just don't have that ultimate goal yet where we can argue with other fan bases like the 49ers. Y'all have some rings, right?
yeah,
Um,
that's what
But as far as
separates
winning
us.
percentage goes, though, we're up there. I think we're like the fifth or something like that, most winningest franchise. So because we always win 8 games, bro. We never have disaster seasons. That's the thing with the Vikings. We'll never go 3-14 or even 5-12. Like we're always gonna win either 7, 8, 9, 10 games. 7, 8, 9, 10. It's always gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? Can't remember the last time we had a disaster season. I mean, they've happened, but it's rare.
Yeah, it is rare for the
White
Vikings.
Queens have zero ring. I know, man. We got 0 rings, bro. Like that's why people were like, would be the epic Super Bowl would be the Bills and the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bills are 0-4 in the Super Bowls and we're 0-4, man. Something got to give. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you guys have been on these episodes called the Missing Rings, and it's like, man, at some point one of those teams has to get a ring.
Yeah, man. I always thought like the Vikings would have a success story like Seattle had. You know what I mean? Like we'll catch fire and kind of have a Seattle story where we kind of go to a couple, but at least win one. Um, I'm hoping something like that might happen, man. We might catch fire, man. You know what I'm saying? How did you feel when you lost to us in the 2019 play? I felt bad, bro. Y'all dragged us, man. Y'all did us dirty. All right. Yeah, I didn't feel good about it. I damn sure didn't feel good about it. Um, oh yeah, I was rooting for you against the Aints, even though I hate Brett Favre. Yeah, yeah, man. Crossbody throw, man. That's just our luck, you know what I mean? Interception. That's just our luck, you know what I mean? There's been a couple of times recently we should have went to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like we've been competing, just can't get over that hump. We just can't get
Yeah,
over that damn hump, man.
especially the '98 Vikings. That was like the most talented team, but
Yeah,
just couldn't get to the Super Bowl. Like
they
you
couldn't
can
get
make an
to.
argument that it had one of the best offense that year?
I mean, 2017, bro. Like Minnesota Miracle. I mean, we do what we supposed to do. You couldn't tell me we weren't going to the Super Bowl that year. After that Minnesota Miracle, I was like, yo, for that to happen, we're going to the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl is being held in Minnesota that year. It's like, dog, this is set up for us to go to. It's finally happening. And then all of a sudden, we go to Philly, and I mean they just steamroll us, bro. Like first possession of the game, we doop 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 drive right down the field for a touchdown, and then all of a sudden after that, boy, Case Keenum threw that pick six, and it was over with, boy. Oh my god, that shit went downhill from there. Yeah, that should have me. Oh man, that should have me mad.
I think you meant Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, man. How do you feel about Burp? Yeah, Kirk Cousins. I mean, he's decent, you know what I mean? I don't think he's the best, but I think you can win with him. You won't win because of him though.
In spite of him, just like Jimmy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Just like Ruthless said about Jimmy, like, you can win with him though if everything around him is going as planned. You know what I mean? But I'm ready to move on.
Most of us are looking to move forward. Like you want to get the guy that can extend plays and play like Sam Watt out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, see, that's where we could agree here. Yeah,
Kirk
is a better Jimmy.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
he puts on better stats.
Yeah, I believe that he's definitely better than Jimmy.
Fantasy football, I'll take Kirk Cousins any day of the week.
Yeah, fantasy, real life, like I'll definitely take Kirk over Jimmy. That's a fact.
Real life playoffs? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, playoffs. Damn, you're right. The playoff record looking shaky.
Oh yeah,
the Rocky statue. Yeah, I don't know what that is. If he was more mobile, he would be way better. Yeah, he is not mobile at all. At all.
Nah,
he's really good at play action. I give him that though. Like his play action game is good, man. That's when he does the best.
Yeah, his pocket awareness is good.
Yeah. When he's doing play action and rolling, man, he can throw that ball downfield. Accurate.
For sure, man. Like that's what makes it interesting about Minnesota is, hey, a change of head coach with an offensive genius that played under Sean McVay. You're hoping that this offense can actually take you guys further. Like maybe this might be a surprise. Maybe Green Bay takes a step down, and maybe Minnesota rises to the occasion, and maybe that's a possibility. But so we got the Chicago Bears on season opener, man. Tell me how you feel about the Chicago Bears. I've heard from the birdie in the woods that you don't like the Bears.
Yeah, man. I'm not worried about the Bears. Y'all shouldn't be worried about the Bears either. Y'all got them as a season opener, man. Y'all definitely gonna be 1-0. They just don't have anybody, man. It's hard to find somebody on their team to name that, and especially now because Roquan Smith, they don't even want to pay this man. I mean, he's literally the best player they have, hands down, other than Darnell Mooney probably. But it's just like, dog, like y'all have absolutely nobody out there. The coach is somebody that I just have no confidence in at all. I mean, I'm just being real. I think they're just in that mode where they're going to rebuild for the next couple of years. And I think they're okay with winning 3 games. All right? I think they're okay with it, honestly. I think they're going to try to make it seem like they're being competitive, but all in all, they're not going to be able to win. Y'all are going to blow them out.
Oh, so that's going to be a direct message to one of those Bears fans. Butters, I know you've been talking smack about my Niners, and you said you're going to beat us. I don't think so. This Viking fans disagree about it, man. But yeah, you got the Green Bay Packers, so this is going to be interesting. I want to see if Minnesota can actually beat Green Bay in this season opener at home, man. If they can pull up the win, man, then take Minnesota serious, please.
Yeah, we always split with the Packers. That's one thing for sure. Just one of those things where we always go 1-1 with the Packers. But we need this game though, for sure. I'd rather win this one and lose the one in Lambeau, because this gonna be a tempo setter. I feel like week 1 for us, man, this has been the craziest week 1 we've had in a long time. We got a new coach. I mean, we setting the tempo. Week 1, we playing a rivalry game. It's just going to be crazy in US Bank Stadium, crazy loud. I mean, it's going to be dripped in purple, man. That shit going to be crazy out there. I can't wait to watch it, man. And we right around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah,
around the corner.
yeah. So you definitely looking forward to it, huh? So you got any
Yeah.
interesting Packers content creators that you're looking to get during the season?
I'm gonna see if I can get somebody, man. I do have my one of my homeboys is a real diehard Packers fan. I mean, he's not a content creator or anything, but I might get him on, man. Um, maybe get him on my live stream using his phone or something and just talk. You know, we just talk some smack. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a
Yeah,
heavy Green
yeah.
Bay fan, so I mean, I'll
Smart.
definitely have somebody on, but I'm gonna for beforehand. No, I'll try to reach out to a content creator. I'd rather really do a collab with a podcaster just to keep it in the network, man. But we'll see. You know,
Yeah.
we'll see.
For a Bears fan, I got somebody in mind. Joan F. Pipney. That guy's a good Bears fan. He's realistic. He's not gonna overhype his Bears. He's kind of like he's a boxer, by the way, but he does content for Bears and a little bit of everything. He's a straight up cool dude.
Appreciate you, Tommy, for sure.
Yeah. But as far as before we end the show,
Yeah.
can you tell the audience where they can find you and explain what your channel's all about?
Yeah, man. So make sure y'all go tap in the Purple Pocket Podcast, man, on YouTube. And really, you could type that in on IG. You could type it in on Twitter. On Twitter, it's Purple Pocket Pod, obviously, because it wouldn't let me have that long title. I'm on damn TikTok at Purple Pocket Podcast, Facebook Purple Pocket Podcast, man. Really. So when I stepped into the game in February, I do more of shorter videos. Like I try to make my videos average between 3 minutes and like 8 minutes, you know, and I just do raw takes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the one that pulls out all these PFF grades and shit. I kind of just, hey, this is how I feel about it. Talk my smack. You feel what I'm saying? And hit record and just do that. So that's what I do. And yeah, and then I go live about 2-3 times a week. I got a show called Skull Live with my boy Dave from Minnesota Sports Talk. Me and him do a show 2-3 times a week where we get on there, man, and we get lit. You know what I mean? Got the fans tapping in into the chat, man. It's a party. You know what I'm saying? It's a party, man. And we talk about other teams and stuff. We drift off. We argue a lot. Just one of them type of heated chat rooms, man. You know, so hey, if you're anybody available, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe, man. Tap in with us. You'll have a good old time over there. You know what I mean? We don't mind Niners fans, man. As long as you ain't bringing that Green Bay smack around, you good to go. You know?
Man, it's mutual, man. It's pretty good mutual out there.
Yeah.
We can agree that, hey, but we've owned Green Bay also, so that's the crazy part, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on tonight, though, for sure, man. I had a good old time tonight, man. Shout out Bird Gang Nation. Shout out Ruthless, man. Shout you out, because you deserve it, man. I see you working, and hopefully, man, we can get back together during the playoffs. Hopefully, we run into each other in the playoffs, and I could tap back in with you, man. Tap back in and get on here with your squad you got.
Oh, for sure, man. It's pretty much open down the road, man. Even if it's the off season, you're more than welcome to come on.
Oh, yeah, off season. Yep, man. Yep, definitely, man. And I want to get you on mine too, man. I want to get you over there on mine. You can come show love, man. Let my Purple Gang meet you and stuff like that, man, because we be having a good old time over there, man.
Oh, the only thing I like about the Vikings is the Laker colors, man.
I know that's right, man. I know that's right.
Hey, the Lakers, man. That's the colors. The Vikings are the Laker colors, man.
There you go. There you go, man. Shoot,
here's a fun fact, man. Here's a fun fact. The Lakers were originally Minneapolis, and they have that color. Yeah.
Yup, for sure.
Yeah, but definitely appreciate it, man. But for everybody else, man, go check out my boy Purple Pocket Podcast, man. He's about that action, but he's straight cash.
Straight cash, homie.
But hey, man, thanks for taking the time, and definitely looking forward to the near future, man.
Hey, appreciate you, man. I'll tap in with you for sure, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. As always, CG Ruthless Sports and Purple Pocket Podcast is out, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.